Well, in this video, we are going to have a brief introduction of metabolism. So, what is metabolism? We know that our body is in constant state of different physiological functions. Our body grows and obtains energy from different resources and disposes waste materials out of the body, which can prove toxic for the body. Similarly, our body is composed of trillions of cells, and all these cells also require energy for different processes that occur in these cells. For example, these cells grow, these cells reproduce, these cells divide and increase the number of cells, and when their lifespan ends, they die by regulated processes such as apoptosis, and number of pumps working in these cells such as sodium potassium pump, hydrogen pump, calcium pump. All these physiological functions which are occurring at cellular level, at molecular level in our body, they require energy. And from where this energy comes, we are not plants, we can't synthesize energy at our own. We require energy from external resources, and there are different metabolic processes which occur in our body to obtain energy, to sustain life, and to dispose of waste material out of the body. And all the metabolic processes, all the metabolic reactions which occur in our body to sustain life are collectively termed as metabolism. So, what is metabolism? Metabolism is a complex or complicated set of different reactions in our body that help our cells to obtain energy, helps our body to perform normal physiological processes, and dispose of waste materials and obtain energy from food resources. So, all the reaction occurring in our body are termed as metabolism. So, metabolism or metabolic reactions occur in the form of pathways. So, what is a pathway? Pathway is a series of reactions in which one enzyme catalyzes or uses the product of the enzyme that preceded it as substrate. For example, let's suppose this is an uh, product, substrate A, and it gets converted to B, and enzyme catalyzing reaction is E1, and this B is the product of enzyme E1, but the next enzyme E2 uses this product as substrate and converts it into C, and then a next enzyme E3 uses this product C as substrate and converts into D. So it is a series of reaction in which one enzyme is using the product of other enzyme as substrate and converts it into its own product, which is used as substrate by the next enzyme. So this the reaction which proceed in this way are called pathways, and the other reaction, some reaction metabolic pathways proceed as cycles. So what are cycles? If any of the substrate in a reaction gets recycled over the course of reaction, then it is termed as cycle, such as TCA cycle, which will study in further lectures. So if any product of the reaction or any substrate of reaction which gets regenerated in the process is termed as cycle. And the metabolic reactions are broadly classified into catabolic reactions and anabolic reactions. So, what are catabolic reactions and what are anabolic reactions? Catabolic reactions are those in which larger molecules are broken down into these simple molecules, while anabolic reactions are those in which simple molecules converge and make the large molecules. So, catabolic reactions are basically convergent Catabolic pathways are convergent pathways as they break down the complex molecule into simple molecule, and these simple molecules are the molecules that give rise to broad variety of compounds on combination. So catabolic pathway are convergent while anabolic pathways are divergent, because the same monosaccharide can combine and give rise to large variety of carbohydrates. So simple monosaccharide, reactions which break down the complex polysaccharides into simple monosaccharides will be catabolic reaction, while the reaction which give rise to polysaccharides from monosaccharides are anabolic reactions. So polysaccharide to monosaccharides are catabolic reaction, and these are convergent as they will lead to few the same monosaccharides, while the reaction which will convert monosaccharide into polysaccharides are divergent because they can produce a broad variety of different carbohydrates. So one more difference between these reaction is catabolic reactions are exothermic and they release energy which is used by our body, while anabolic reactions are endothermic and they consume energy. So our body basically obtains energy from catabolic processes. We eat food which contains complex compounds such as proteins, carbohydrates, fats, which are broken down into their simpler products, which are oxidized by body to obtain energy. Such as we eat carbohydrates, we eat fats, we eat proteins, and all are broken down by catabolic pathways into acetyl CoA, and this acetyl CoA is oxidized to obtain energy, which derives the all the processes in our body. So uh, basically, catabolic reactions involve three steps. The first step is a large molecule. A large molecule is broken down into its building blocks, and then these building blocks are converted into further simpler substances, and these simpler substances are converted to acetyl CoA, which get oxidized by a different phosphorylation reaction, and energy is released. So overall, in this reaction, we covered about basic definition of metabolism, which are the collective term used for all the reaction taking place in our body. And metabolism is divided into catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism is a convergent pathway which leads to fewer simpler molecules formed by breakdown of complex large molecules, and it is a convergent process and it is a exothermic process which gives energy to our body. Anabolic pathways are divergent pathway which give rise to complex molecule from simpler molecule, and they are endothermic, and the reaction which proceed in a way in which one enzyme uses the product of other enzyme as substrate are called pathways, and the reaction in which any of the substrate get recycled is called a cycle. So this was all about our today's lecture, and in the upcoming lectures we will study about carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism, protein metabolism, and all round. Thank you.